Hi, everyone. Welcome to a brand new episode of Hobbyists Now, your one stop shop.
For all things nerdy and dirty.
That's right. That's right. Of course, I'm Claudian, and this is, of course, the one and only Nick.
You.
We just ask that you don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you like what you see and hear. We also would love to hear from you guys, so leave a comment. And yeah,
Yeah. We're on Spotify as well. Our link is in the bio.
all right. We should have an exciting show for you guys today. Yeah, so we're going to start off with some Eva news. So Evangelion has an actual stage play that's going on right now. I just found that out. I didn't even know about it. But yeah, the staff for the stage play Evangelion Beyond announced that the play will feature an original story set on a ruined Earth with 14-year-old children, pilots, the Evangelion units, which are under the control of the special agency Menkesh. The mission of the Evas is to find a new energy source that can save humanity from destruction. They must face the challenges of battling against the giant creatures known as the Komodos that emerge from underground. Lead actor Mazakari Kubata stated that the play retained the core themes of divinity, humanity, conflict, aggressions, destruction, and rebirth that are central to the Evangelion franchise. The play will run from May 6th to May 28th in Tokyo's Kudabachi Tower. So that might be interesting for those that get a chance to see it. So going over to gaming, the official Twitter account for Capcom's Monster Hunter franchise just announced that Monster Hunter Rise, which I've played. I don't know if you've had a chance to play it
I
or
played
not.
it a long time ago.
Okay. Well,
when it came out.
yeah. Well, you and 12 million other people, because 12 million copies have sold worldwide. So that's kind of a big achievement for them. So now we're going over to something that I wanted to talk about because it's an anime that I've seen before and it's a phenomenal one. So after hearing about this, I recommend to watch this. But Netflix streams Monster, the anime. Netflix is now streaming the entire 74 episodes of the anime adaptation of Nokai Urasawa's Monster manga. The anime is available in Japan with Japanese with a French dub, but the English dub is actually currently not available on the service. The series follows a neurosurgeon who becomes embroiled in a series of murders while trying to solve the case for a patient whose life he once saved. The anime was directed by Mazia Yokai Kojima at Madhouse Studios, with a series composition by Tetsuo Hika and Tetsuhika Yohada, art direction by Yoshikai Dai, and character design by Kidoro Kurisaka, and music by Ken Icha Hashima. The anime originally aired in 2004 to 2005, and the manga ran from 1994 to 2001. The Sagakwani. Well, wow. Sorry about that, everybody. Shogakukan's big comic original magazine. The manga has been released in English by Vid Media, and was actually inspired two additional novels. Another Monster, written and illustrated by Urasawa. So this is sort of a kind of like a, not so much news per se as far as like a perspective thing, but Jordan Peele, the visionary director behind hit movies such as Get Out and Us, was in fact once attached to a live action adaptation of the classic anime Akira. However, the project never came to fruition, leaving fans to speculate about what could have been. For those who know or don't know, Akira is a timeless classic, renowned for its groundbreaking animation, thought-provoking themes, and intricate storytelling. The 1988 film, which was directed by the great Kashira Omoto, has been a staple in the world of anime for over 3 decades and continues to inspire new generations of filmmakers and animators. The film depiction of a dystopia future, cyberpunk aesthetics, and a complex character has made it a must-see for fans of the sci-fi genre. So going back to Jordan Peele, Jordan Peele's unique voice and perspective have made him one of the most exciting directors, in the industry. From his Academy Award-winning debut of Get Out to his follow-up Us, Peele has established himself as a master of social commentary, horror, and suspense. The idea of Peele bringing his vision to Akira has been tantalizing. The fans were eager to see what could be brought to the table. A live-action adaptation of Akira would have been a huge departure from its original animated film. While animation allows for limitless possibilities in terms of visual effects and storytelling, a live-action adaptation would bring the world of Akira to life in a whole new way. With an achievement in technology and live-action, Akira could have pushed the boundaries of what is possible in filmmaking, bringing the film's iconic visuals and action sequences to life in a way that was never before seen. So adapting a classic like Akira is never an easy task, and there were many challenges for Peele and his team that would have had to face, from casting the right actors to accurately capturing the film's complex themes. A live-action adaptation of Akira would have required careful balance of respect of the source material and a bold creativity. Despite these challenges, Peele's unique voice and vision for Akira had potential to bring something truly special to the table. And I personally think, I don't think Peele would have been just there yet. That would have been an undertaking. You would have had to have been a technical master,
especially at the time.
Yeah, like I'm talking about like Ridley Scott technical, for whatever people may say of Ridley Scott now, whatever. But like at least I think Ridley Scott could have done an Akira movie, because he's just technically, he's got it. It still does. But yeah, but we're gonna move on to everyone's favorite segment, and I know Nick's, the figures.
Most certainly. All right, so we kind of do a little bit of a callback to the actual beginning of our news. We have a PHAT rebuild of Evangelion Power Form R EVA 2. Will run you about $58.21, and all of these will be coming out in March of this year. Then we move on to another mech type thing. The Katsukibuki Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots Metal Gear Rex. This is a model kit. It's a 1/100 model kit. It's a second production run, and it will run you $76.27. The Kadokawa Mushoku Tensei Roxy 1/7 PVC figure second production run will run you about $140.08. And that's his teacher from the show, for those who have not seen it. It's phenomenal. Can't sing his praises enough.
Better be for that much.
Okay. Good Smile Company, RoboCop 2, Motoroid, RoboCop 2, Kane, will run you about $69.33, and it's, for those who don't know, I mean, the picture's here, but it's the villain from 2, the robot that he fights at the end. So, Netflix has some interesting, very, very interesting news. So, some irate consumers who claim Netflix was being oppressive and to its subscribers criticized regulations, which included a requirement that users must verify the devices they stream on at least once every 31 days. With that being said, I don't know how much everyone here has kept up with this whole debacle, but the internet has done it again. They bullied a giant company into doing what they want. So, just days after this first appeared online, Netflix withdrew the rules from its website in the UK and abroad due to the outcry. The streamer stated that the actions were accidentally posted, and that it will alert users if any significant updates before their implementation. Netflix recently announced that beginning in late March, it would begin enforcing its anti-password sharing policies in the UK. After introducing the regulations in South America, Netflix is anticipated to ask consumers to pay additional price to add more members to their lists. Some better news. James Gunn, we get to know him a little bit.
Yeah.
With the announcement of Superman Legacy at the DC Studios press event, James Gunn naturally has ratings on the mind. And while he says he's working hard to make sure the new film stays PG-13, he's open to more mature ratings for other DC properties. Speaking at the press event, Gunn said that ratings depend on the story. He continued, "We're going to give every story what it deserves. I mean, some things we know Superman is definitely something that we would like to be PG-13. I'm going to make sure that it is. Other things like Waller's TV show, a little bit more mature, and we have other things that are a little bit more aimed towards a younger audience that are within this world but feed everything back into Superman's and the Brave and the Bolds that everyone can see." As a part of the same question, Gunn also mentioned animation versus live action. He said he did not say how the decision to make something animation or live action woven in with thoughts about ratings, but he did say that making animated content was a cheaper way to introduce the new characters. So this comes as no surprise either, as some more news. E3 will actually not have Nintendo or Sony. The Entertainment Software Association, ESA, announced in March that E3 would be returning as an in-person show in Los Angeles following the cancellation of the 2022 edition. Then in September, the ESA revealed that E3 2023 will take place from Tuesday, June 13th through Friday, June 16th. Now IGN reports it has learned that PlayStation, Xbox, and Sony will be skipping E3 2023, a major blow that was supposed to be E3's big comeback. The publication also reports that these companies won't have a presence on the Los Angeles Convention Center floor either, which is where game companies typically have large and flashy booths where people can preview their games and see what's in store. Despite the Xbox is still set to have its own summer showcase in Los Angeles like it has in previous years, and Xbox usually times this to coincide with games press and fans being in Los Angeles for E3. IGN reports that the Xbox overall plan for this summer showcase are unconfirmed as a result of having to tighten company's financials after Microsoft-wide layoffs that Halo Infinite developer 343 Industries hard. PlayStation hasn't been a part of E3 since its first drop from the show in 2019, reportedly over disagreement with the ESA. Nintendo is usually a big supporter of E3, live streaming a Nintendo Direct alongside a large presence on the actual show floor. This is some odd news, at least in my opinion. I did like the show when I was younger, and I still kind of do, but
I don't get why they're doing this.
I don't either, but it's the nostalgia stuff they're just trying to hit people with.
Pretty much, yeah.
So King of the Hill is actually going to be getting a reboot. Hulu has officially ordered a King of the Hill reboot from the series' original co-creators Mike Judge and Greg Daniels. Hulu's new King of the Hill revival will come from 20th Television Animation, and Saladin Patterson will serve as a showrunner and executive producer. Judge and Daniels, alongside Michael Rotenberg, Howard Klein, and Dustin Davis, will also take on executive producer roles. Fans of the original will be happy to know that the series will bring back many of the beloved voice actors who brought the characters to life from 1997 to 2010, including Mike Judge, Hank Hill, Kathy Nanjiani, Peggy Hill, Stephen Root, Bill Dauterive, Pamela Adlon, Bobby Hill, Johnny Hardwick, Dale Gribble, and Lauren Tom as Min. This reboot has been in the works since 2017 San Francisco Sketchfest, where Judge and Daniels reconnected with the cast and celebrated the 20th anniversary of the King of the Hill. Past callback to one of our earlier on episodes, Evil Dead the Game. Evil Dead the Game's latest free update brings the new Battle Royale, Splatter Royale mode, available now since February 2nd, 2023. Battle with up to 40 players and experience even more carnage with 2 new bonus weapons, the long-range grenade launcher and scythe. deadly for close-range deadite combat, separately from the release of the Splatter Royale mode. An Immortal Power DLC bundle is available for purchase, featuring the new survivor, Ruby, who will be voiced by Lucy Lawless, who reprises her role from Ash vs. Evil Dead series. The various outfits. Check out the trailer and see what to expect. The Evil Dead game is on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC on the Epic Game Store.
Yeah, so now we're gonna go over to anime again, and one that we both adore greatly. So the official website for I got Reincarnated as a Slime, Scarlet Bond, which is the animated film, for those who don't know, has just announced that it sold 1,050,000 tickets and earned 1.4 billion yen, or approximately 10.6 million in US. The staff will host a grand finale screening of the film on February 19th and reveal a new project at the event. The film opened in Japan on November 25th and ranked second, selling 225,000 tickets for a 297 million yen, again, in US currency. That's 2.1 million in its opening weekend, and 313,000 tickets for 416 million yen, again in US, that's 3.2 million. In its first 3 days, it was released in the US and Canada on January 20th, earning $1,585,491 in 3 days. The film also opened in the UK and Ireland, Australia, and Mexico, with the Middle East and other territories to follow in 2023. The original story for the film was written by Fuse, the author of the light novel series, and focuses on a conspiracy surrounding a woman with a mysterious power in a new country of Raja. The first television anime of the manga adaptation premiered in October of 2018 and followed by a second season in January of 2021, and a spin-off anime known as the Slime Diaries in April of 2021. Franchise will have a third television anime season, which I know we're looking forward toward that. And it also plays as our segue into our main subject today, and that is going to be that time got reincarnated as a slime. So I hope everyone sticks for that. It's a great show. We both love it. And here's our little deep dive into it. So yeah, so the light novel series has actually a crazy amount of 4.5 million volumes in print. It was the fifth best-selling title of 2018 with 539,277 copies, and its manga adaptation was the ninth best-selling title of 2018 with 3,460,066 copies. It also became the first manga series based on a light novel with at least 20 million total copies in print. By March of 2021, it has had over 24 million copies in circulation. In May of 2021, it reached 25 million, and in January of 2022, it had over 30 million in circulation. The light novel ranks 8th in 2017 in Takiraj Mashi's annual light novel guidebook, Kono Light Novel Seig Sugo, in the Tokaban category. It ranks 6th in 2018 and 5th in 2019.
In 2019, Rimuru Tempest won Best Protagonist on the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. The manga adaptation was nominated for the 45th Kodansha's Manga Award in the Shonen category in 2021. It won 46th edition in the same category in 2022. In May 2021, that time I got reincarnated as a slime was one of 5 isekai-orientated anime titles, along with Konosuba, Zombieland Saga, Princess Lover, and Neko Para. that were given a limited ban by Russian government for their depiction of reincarnation.
So some awards. The manga adaptation has actually won the 2018 Bookwalker Award. The light novel and anime has also received other recognitions. It won as Anime of the Season in summer of 2021, Anime Award with a whopping 18,990 votes, which made up 38.29% of the votes. Slime overtakes Remake Our Life, the case study of Vantis, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maids, to name a few. It has also garnered 6 other nominations. In 2022, it won as Best Fantasy in Crunchyroll's Anime Awards in 2022.
So we're actually going to give you a little bit of the plot. Satoru Mikami is an ordinary 37-year-old corporate worker living in Tokyo. He is almost content with his monotonous life, despite the fact that he doesn't have a girlfriend. During a casual encounter with his colleague, an assailant pops out of nowhere and stabs him. While succumbing to his injuries, a mysterious Yo voice echoes in his mind and recites a series of commands of which he could not make sense of.
After regaining consciousness, Satoru discovers that he has actually been reincarnated as a slime in an unfamiliar world. At the same time, he's also acquired a new found skill, particularly called the Predator, which allows him to devour anything and mimic its appearance and skills. He stumbles upon Valdora, a powerful storm dragon who has been sealed for the last 300 years by reducing a town to ashes. It happens. Feeling sorry for him, Satoru befriends the dragon, promising to help him in destroying the seal. They decide to exchange names. Valdora bestows upon him Rimuru and receives the name Tempest in return. Slime then consumes the dragon together with their persons in order to analyze the skills inside itself and eventually free Valdora.
The disappearance of Valdora's aura creates a power vacuum, which eventually makes Rimuru the leader of all beings inhabiting the great forest of Jura, who accepts him as his ruler, and together they found the Nation of Tempest. With Rimuru's strength, wisdom, and idealistic vision, the new nation quickly grows in strength and in influence. Soon, Rimuru and his subjects draw the attention of nearby foreign powers, from monarchs and legendary heroes to demon lords. Some seeking to become their allies, while others seek to take advantage of or destroy them completely.
So the series started with light novels. So Fuse originally serialized as a web novel on their user-generated content site, Shosetsuka na Naru, between February 20th, 2013 and January 1st, 2016. The series was acquired for print publication by Micro Magazine, who published the first light novel with illustrations by Matsi Vaughn under the GC Novels in May of 2014 and April 15th of 2017. English publisher Yan Press announced during their panel at SakuruCon that they had licensed the series for a release in North America.
So, a little bit about the manga. Taki Kawami launched a manga adaptation in Kodansha Shonen Magazine Monthly, Shonen Serious, on March 26, 2015. Kodansha USA announced their license to the manga during their panel at New York Comic Con on October 6, 2016.
A spin-off manga titled The Time That Got Reincarnated as a Slime, How Monsters Walk, with art by Shoko Gari, has been serialized on Micro Magazine's Comic Ride website since July 28th, 2016. The Jural Tempest Federation is finally making waves in a wider world around them. Their leader decides it's time to compile a Tempest guidebook, and there's no one better for the job than the local rabbit folk girl. Follow her adventures in this unique spin-off out in June of 2020 with its innovations. The Kingdom of Tempest, founded by the demon lord Rimuru, is a vibrant paradise for travelers such as Farmia, the rabbit folk chief's daughter.
Frames has a second spin-off manga titled The Slime Diaries with art by Shiba. Has been serialized by Kodansha Shonen Manga Magazine Monthly Shonen Series since March 2018, compiled into 5 volumes as of March 2021, and licensed in English by Kodansha USA.
A third spin-off titled That Time I Got Reincarnated Again as a Workaholic Slime, and this time illustrated by Shitsugu Akichi, began serialization in Kodanshi's Neki based Soai Jui no Series manga web platform on September 26, 2018, and has been compiled into 1 volume as of July 9th, 2019. On June 3rd, 2020, Kobayashi USA announced that it has licensed That Time As I Got Reincarnated as a slime again, as a workaholic slime. Being reincarnated as a slime into a fantasy world is one thing, but being reincarnated as a slime back into corporate life, what could be more hellish? Not to mention the rest of the slime fantasy crew are working at the company. For better or worse, Rimuru is back in business.
A 4th spin-off magazine with art by Tei Tono began serialization in Suiyobi no Serious on March 14th, 2019. On March 18th, 2020, Kodansha USA announced their license to the manga for a print release under the title I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Trinity and Tempest, the new spin-off manga to the hit fantasy isekai series developed by original creator Fuse. Against all odds, the little slime Rimuru has established his magical kingdom for all monsters called Tempest, and it's thriving. But 3 visitors, Foss the Fox Girl, Stella the Dragon Girl, and Nemu the Winged Girl, come to pay Tempest a visit. They're stunned at just how quickly it's developed. Don't miss this new story in the world of slime.
A 5th spin-off title was done with art by Chacha. Began serialization in monthly shonen series in 2019. After an encounter with Miss, Shizu, Rimuru learns the art of mimicking humans. However, his appearance was somehow changed to that of a 3-year-old. The smaller Rimuru is the more mischievous and troublesome he becomes. The monsters in the Juro Forest can't help but pamper him. This is an official spin-off of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, a 4-panel manga that hits the hearts of maternity, instincts of innocence, smug, and happy little Rimuru. A 6th spin-off manga centered around Demon Lord Clayman titled Clayman's Revenge with art by Wataru Kajaki began serialization in monthly shonen series on April 26, 2022. Demon Lord Clayman was killed by Rimuru at the Walpurgis, but Clayman acquires the unique skill Regressor while on the verge of death and wakes up in his room 70 years ago. Considering the situation, it appears that this is actually real. Clayman decides to look for ways to avoid the same mistakes he has made in the past, but will Clayman be able to avoid the doomed future by taking advantage of his loop?
It's no surprise that for this anime, as well as many others, this has some video game tie-ins and video games. At the Anime Japan 2021 special stage for the franchise, a free-to-play role-playing game app titled That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, the saga of how the Demon Lord and Dragon founded a nation, was announced. It is developed by Bandai Namco Entertainment and was released in 2021. The game was released in English under That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Isekai Memories. The mobile game Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross had a crossover event where the characters of the series could be tamed. They had Malim, Rimuru as a slime, and also in this outfit.
So was Scarlet Bond actually canon? There are 13 volumes of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime light novel that have been published in Japan, and 6 of them have been actually adapted to the 2 seasons of the anime. This means that the next story will likely be adapted from volume 7 onward. However, rather than using the pre-existing story from the source material like Demon Slayer Migagan Train, this new movie will feature a brand new original story written especially by Fuse himself, the author of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
This is great news for those who've already read the light novels because it means there is new content to enjoy. That being said, just like how the story in One Piece movies are mostly not canon, it is also unclear whether the story of this movie will be canon or not, because there is no mention of the place nor the characters in this movie in the light novels that have been published thus far. But Fuse might talk about it in a future volume just to tie them together.
From the limited amount of information that is available at the moment, we know that the story of this movie takes place in a small country called Raj. The country is located to the west of Tempest for the most part. The small country seems to be closed off from the outside world with little to no sign of trade nor diplomatic relations to any other larger nations like Dorgon and Bluemon.
The main characters of interest are the Queen of Raja and an ogre called Hero. The queen is said to have mysterious power, and for some reason, Rimuru is caught on the web of conspiracies surrounding the puzzling queen.
But not only that, Hero, the orc, is apparently known and quite close to Benamura in the past, even considered to be his brother. When the orc clan was attacked by orc in the past, they were separated. Benimura and his group stumbled upon Rimuru, while Hero ended up in the country of Raj. However, despite being a fellow survivor of the orc clan, Hero seems to have a score to settle with Benimura.
So, a little bit of regression back to the game stuff, but some stuff that you might not have known. Rimuru actually has a daughter. First seen in Shinsa is a character appearing in the mobile game. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Isekai Memories. She claims to be Rimuru's daughter. Some of her looks. Her physical appearance is extremely similar to Rimuru's human form, possessing a similar height and face as well as the same silver blue hair. Later becomes bright pink. Unlike Rimuru, her hair is only cut to her shoulders and her eyes bright red, similar to Rimuru's when Raphael takes over his body. She also possesses notable female attributes, giving her primary characteristics that Rimuru lacks.
Her slime form actually resembles Rimuru, but colored pink, with 2 strands of slime coming out of the top of her head, resembling like basically antennas. Shinza and Izzy were designed by Matsuvan and the light novel illustrator. Shinzama's first appearance in the Tenshiro series is the mobile game That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Isekai's Memories. According to the game files, Shinzama's name is actually roughly translates to Cynthia in English.
And, I mean, that was really it on the show. So,
yeah.
Give us some feelings.
So I actually watched the show pretty late on, like season 2 already had come out, and I think you had mentioned it like way back when, and he's like, Nick's like, you gotta check this show out, you're gonna love it. And there was a couple shows that were recommended that I was not quite prepared for, and so when I did get a chance to watch the show, it's good. It's super lighthearted. So if you're looking for that, if that's your thing, it's adorable. It's got all the little tropes that you would find, in an isekai, even in a harem. There's a bit of a harem kind of thing going on too. So The villains are devious, but for Rimuru and like the main character and stuff, like he's nothing bad's gonna really happen because it all works out. So it's one of those everything works out. It's kind of a world I would love to live in. Really would need it right now.
Yeah.
Um, but I know it's phenomenal. It's that direction of anime that it's very modern. Its style is very modern. There's moments where the animation's not the greatest, like, but overall it's phenomenal. Like, and I would give it, if I was to rate this show particularly, I would give it a definite 10 out of 10. And I never read the light novel, so I'm gonna have to find them. And I kind of want to see the daughter one. I didn't actually know that until we did this, that he even had a daughter.
Yeah.
So Nick, what's your thoughts?
So I'm just gonna go straight to my rating. Obviously a 10. I absolutely
Yeah.
adore this show. The animation, as you said, it's not perfect in every aspect, but for the most part, really good. The fight scenes are phenomenal. I love the sound effects, the voices that they picked for both Japanese and English.
Yeah.
Because I had to watch season 2 in Japanese because they hadn't released the English version yet. Um, it's just phenomenal. It's an amazing show. The merchandise, the characters, just everything about it. I mean, we didn't really go into the merchandise stuff. I mean, clearly they have statues, and figures, and
Plushies.
plushes, shirts, backpacks, everything that any other anime has. They're just not talked about this as much.
I think
Or
it's
just
still
like,
niche.
yeah,
Like,
it's
yeah.
this is still also a relatively new anime. It's not in the same respect of Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, or Naruto,
No,
or
yeah.
Bleach, or any of the other ones that have been out for um, a very long time.
Well, except for the movies, I would almost say if the movies weren't that came out and stuff, I would almost say this is kind of a sleeper because I don't hear a lot of people talking about this one.
No, and it's unfortunate too because I really thoroughly enjoy this show. I mean, Rimuru himself as a character is just he's great. He makes you love him right off the rip. Very, like you said, kind of lighthearted and just very whimsical, and it's nice. It's different pace because usually they make the characters either selfish as hell,
Yeah.
like the dude from Sao, Kirito, or kind of whiny, and he's none of those things. He's not dumb or anything. He's very intelligent, and it's nice. I mean, I feel like Mushoku Tensei kind of stole a little bit of their flair from this as well, and that's
Yeah.
probably why I like that so much. But no, it's a phenomenal show. I mean, if I cannot tell anyone enough to go watch this, and then I can't wait for the movie.
I think this is straight up a excellent gateway. Like if you never watched anime before and you're like kind of like worried about like what is this all about, like as far as our love for anime and stuff, because we love I mean, I love pretty rough stuff like out there that's been out there, and this is definitely a very soft, fuzzy, warm feeling show.
Oh my god, yes.
And so like if you know anybody and you're like trying to think of a show that really like really wouldn't overwhelm them. Like Dragon Ball Z, I know is a show that is often considered a gateway show, but it kind of is overwhelming a bit. It can be, I think. And this show is so light. It's so lighthearted. Um, and like your enemies become your friends. It's about seeing past
Whole lot of talk no
stuff.
jutsu in there.
Yeah. So, and that's why I love it. It's just such a warm, fuzzy show. It's
Well,
definitely
then
makes
and
you
they
feel
give you
good.
a lot of information. Like they don't just you're not just like, oh, what the hell's going on? Why is this character here? Why is this going on?
Yeah, you quite actually find out a lot about everybody. Yeah, everyone's got their backstories. For
And it's
sure.
not an annoying amount that they give you. It's I feel like they kind of spoon feed you a lot of the information, but it's very well delivered in my opinion. Like when they kind of mild spoiler alert, but Clayman when they're even talking about him, like they give you enough to so you're not like who is this guy? Why do I
Yeah,
care? And then like Walpurgis when they go to that, they explain some more, and the dynamics change very drastically. You'll have to watch. I don't want to ruin it because
yeah.
this is a fantastic anime.
It's phenomenal. I don't. I couldn't. I could not not recommend this show. It's
No, I do all the time. This and Mushoku Tensei constantly.
like just shows that are like phenomenal shows that we've talked about in the past, or even on our like casual episode. And I'll tell you, even those might be shows I love, or even like Eva, Neo Eva Genesis. Like it's like that's a show that you got to be a very particular kind of person to enjoy it, because it's such a hard hitting show. For example, this show is so fluffy.
You can find any. It's something for everyone.
Yeah, it's got everything. I just can't imagine being the voice actor that's got to go in there and do Rimuro's. Oh my God, Rimuro's voice. He's like, I don't know how he does the voice. I don't know how he does that voice, but if you watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. And he's like, I never saw I never heard the Japanese version.
It sounds very similar.
So so they must have really, really, really tried to get that. But no, it's great. Like I said, I'll talk about the show up the hill. It's great.
And I've already watched it. This will be my third or fourth time rewatching seasons 1 and 2. And season 3 is actually supposedly in production, or like they were talking about starting it or whatever.
I watched season 1 and 2. Now there is what do they call it? An OED, or there's like a mini season that's between the two.
Oh yeah.
But it's just a backtrack of the first, like sort of like a diary, like we were talking about with the light novels, of like sort of the diaries and like a different perspective of things. I did not watch those yet, but I did watch season 1 and 2. And once the movie gets out there,
yeah, well, I mean, I'm gonna definitely pick that up. It's very rare that I buy digital media, or not digital, but physical media in that sense, unless I really love it, because
right,
I want to watch it.
Yeah,
and I have to want to.
Do you wanna before we end the episode? Did you wanna just briefly talk about the Last of Us?
Yeah, why not?
It was great. It was great.
Oh yeah, this new episode was
great.
much better. It was closer. However, the last episode,
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't as excited for this episode due to the previous episode.
Yeah, well, so this is episode 4 we're talking about. It's phenomenal. It's different, a little different. Again, they changed stuff up.
They definitely did.
But I had a problem with 3 only because I strictly just wanted the show to go forward, and it didn't do that.
Yeah, they halted it for a long time.
And I felt like it did, and I was like, man, and I just got a real problem with filler episodes, because honestly, shows that are just fillers, I'll put that on and just go to sleep, because I don't even care. Like, they're just fillers. And I know that Bill had this relationship, and he had this backstory that you kind of found out in the game just through like little notes and stuff. But like, they went all out, and then what they did with Bill just portraying him in the end, I was kind of a little disappointed. I would have liked to have seen.
I would have liked him to argue with Ellie like he does in the game,
and
which is really what I wanted. I want the game. That's what I want. I want the game.
And then episode 4 was great.
Episode 4 was great. A little bit departure from the game, but it seems like that's just to be expected. And they finally introduced Fedra, which was also very nice, because they should have been introduced on episode 2.
Yeah,
but what can you do when you live in a shoe and you got no soul?
Did you see the Pedro Pascal? He was on SNL.
Yes, as the
Did
Mario.
You see the Mario?
Yes, I did. I seen it. I was like, what the hell is this?
I actually posted it on.
I think that's how you're the one. You're the reason I actually seen it.
If you follow our thing, I seen it, but you know how TikTok is. Somebody grabs it right away. So I saw it and I reposted it on our Instagram. So if you follow us on there, and please do, we have Instagram, the links in every episode on the bottom. And as you may notice from the previous episode, we're going to have timelines now. I'm going to try to really make sure we got a full timeline. So if there's anything you particularly want to hear, want to skip, want to get to the main subject, you'll be able to do that a lot easier. I'm going to really try to.
Yeah, try and make it a much more streamlined process for everyone.
And we do have a TikTok as well. It's just, right now we're just showing snippets from this segment.
Pretty soon it'll be collection stuff that we have amassed over the years.
So we're planning on doing that. And then we got some more things planned ahead. So yeah.
All right.
But I think that's it for the show. I think think it's a good show, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, we would love to hear from you, and
Yeah.
like, comment, share. Do the thing,
Subscribe.
ring that little bell, so you know that we're here doing this stuff. And yeah, so that's it for tonight.
Yep.
Right.
Bye bye.